All right, Shalom, Israel. Once again, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone and all other elders that teach the exact same thing only. Salutations to the hopeful elect across the four corners of the earth in the sincere spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, beginning with the 144,000 who are primarily in Babylon the Great in these last days. This is I'm gonna play this video I was just watching, a clip of it rather, right? Entitled America's Fury. US launches powerful Minuteman III ICBM missile in midnight test. November 6th, as soon as DJ Trump gets elected in, which he's not officially. He has to still be sworn in, but right after this election or selection, that's the lesson. The title of this lesson: Babylon the Great, sharpening their sword and preparing their arrows. Right. So it says, "Watch as America flexes," which America is known as Babylon the Great in the Holy Bible. You're never gonna read the word America. Watch as America flexes its military muscle with the successful launch of a Minuteman III ICBM missile in a midnight test at Vandenberg Space Force Base, California. The unarmed intercontinental ballistic missile soared into the sky at 11:01 p.m. Pacific time on November 5th, demonstrating the readiness, reliability, and effectiveness of the U.S. ICBM fleet. This operational test showcases the United States' strategic dominance in an era of great power competition, right? And so it's not showing their dominance. It's an attempt to show their dominance because Russia, which is known as the land of Gog and Magog, or the modern day Medes, according to the Bible, is they've been testing their nukes as well. North Korea, I think they just did one. This is the new the strongest weapons as far as the military might of a country, of their army, and these weapons are so destructive. I might even add another clip of another video that I was watching to edify this small point. These weapons are so powerful that all countries, who possess nuclear capabilities, which there's multiple countries who possess nuclear capabilities, because that, without having nuclear capabilities, that leaves your country vulnerable to be bullied, to be threatened of another country such as America, known as Babylon the Great, to shoot nuclear bombs on it, and you're not having any type of weapon similar to them in order to counterattack and cause the same amount of damage. So when you possess the same type of guns as the next person thinks twice about how to approach you, how to attack you, how to treat you. They can't just bully you. And so what happened is that instead of show off their military might, they would try to advance their weapons and demonstrate them as far as uh, try to demonstrate how faster their nuclear missiles is, or whatever type of new upgrades their nuclear arsenal has, any type of way to demonstrate and prove and get the point across to the next country. Like, look, if y'all shoot y'all nuclear bombs over here, all right, and we all we gonna do is shoot our nuclear bombs, and our nuclear bombs is gonna reach you guys faster. It's gonna cause more destruction. It's gonna be way difficult to for your nuclear defense system to catch things like that. So this is the new face of war, right? It says the operational test showcases the United States' strategic dominance in an era of great competition. Get an exclusive look at the raw power of America's military might. The United States nuclear force has once again demonstrated its unwavering strength and readiness with the successful test of the Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile. This critical test showcases the safety and effectiveness of the U.S. nuclear deterrent, sending a powerful message to allies and adversaries alike. Watch as the Minuteman III soars into the skies, a testament to the unwavering commitment of the U.S. military might to protecting its nation and its people, which that's not going to happen, according to prophecy. Once these nuclear bombs are shot off, the U.S. will not be able to defend not a single person, not a single blade of grass on the soils of America, regardless of their military might or nuclear capabilities. It said they would shoot, the missiles will be shot and they will not miss. I might grab that. It says get an exclusive look, blah, 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 cutting edge technology behind, don't miss the blah, blah, blah. All right, so I'm going to play this, right? And just pay attention how, the scriptures is bad, man, because you pay attention to this, and it literally at times looks like in the dark sky from the fire shooting out a missile. It literally looks like a fucking flying sword, man. All right, and they definitely are arrows, So I'm gonna play this a little bit, and then I'm gonna grab these scriptures, Lord willing, is edifying. Look at it. That look exactly like a fucking sword. Come on, man. So yeah, I might make this the thumbnail. So from there, this is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. It says, see now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me, right? The God of the Bible, the God of the Hebrew Israelites, first before, first and foremost, because the gods of the rest of the nations, of all heathen nations, first of all heathen nations are known for the worship of many gods, polytheism. It wasn't until the nation of Israel started going to war with the Egyptians, and various other countries and nations, that the thought of monotheism came into the world. and proving that the gods of the heathen nations, the gods of all nations outside of the nation of Israel, are nothing more than cunningly devised fables and idols made up of man's hands, which hold no power, which holds no power to protect a nation in war, which holds no power to um, answer prayers, to perform miracles. Your the only powers that exist is the powers of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, and whatever powers that the Heavenly Father have created, such as Satan, the angels and the demons. So it says, see, now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me, I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Right. So the Heavenly Father is going to sanction in the day of the Lord's judgment, the end of World War III for nuclear bombs, to be shot off, destroy the whole land of America, which is known as Babylon the Great, and various other parts on the face of the earth, killing off 2/3 of the nation of Israel and a great portion of these heathen nations, the peoples of these heathen nations, and he's going to allow the elect, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, beginning with the 144,000, to remain alive throughout all this great destruction, be delivered once Yahweh Shah makes his second return. He's going to grant them salvation and forgiveness of their sins, and they're going to be beamed up in what the world calls UFOs, or what is it, UAPs, I think, right? Unidentified aerial phenomenon, something like that, which are the chariots in which the chariots, which are known as the chariots of God, or the whirlwinds, or the clouds, which are the vehicles in which the angels travel in, right? I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. Verse 41. If I whet my glittering sword and mine hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies and will reward them that hate me. Right? Which all these heathen nations hate not only the nation of Israel, but the power that we worship, because they are our enemies, our natural born enemies, beginning with Esau eating the so-called white man. And also they hate the Most High. They hate the Most High for not choosing him, for making us, our nation, his chosen people, and not giving them the power to rule the earth, to establish a kingdom forever and ever on the face of the earth, and various other reasons, right? But the point is, what if I wet meaning sharpen, right? And that's what you just saw being demonstrated. America, the U.S., which is known as Babylon the Great, spiritually Solomon, Egypt, spiritually Assyria, spiritually Syria, Sodom, I said that already, spiritually Nineveh, all wickedest kingdoms on the face of the earth reincarnated, balled up into one, right? Sharpening their sword, talking about, because a sword is a weapon, and warfare went from, wars being played out on ground primarily with literal swords and arrows, to now, it's guns and missiles, guns, it's guns and missiles now, and flying chariots, flying chariots being, planes, jets, helicopters, et cetera, et cetera. So warfare has changed, and that's what you saw being demonstrated, though, through those nuclear missiles being tested. That being the glittering sword being sharpened. If I wet meaning sharpen, if I sharpen my glittering sword, now the word there for glittering, lightning flashes of flashing arrow heads, right? And that's exactly what those nuclear missiles is, advanced, well evolved, well upgraded missiles, arrows, Salakia. And just like arrowheads is sharp, those things have a pointy tip on them as well. But if I wet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, Salakia, and my hand take hold on judgment, which is gonna be ultimately the end of World War III, I will render vengeance to mine enemies and will reward them that hate me. I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, right? And my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain of the captives from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. Rejoice, O ye nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants. Right? Everything that was done to the prophets, to the men of the Lord, to the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect, all right, throughout all the various captivities, throughout the Hellenization of our people under the times of the Greeks, throughout for the siege of 70 AD, the siege of Jerusalem 70 AD, the crucifixion of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahushua, the beheading of the disciples, and the things that are about to take place in the near future, in the time of Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, when they start grabbing up the prophets again, and start putting to death, putting some of the men of the Lord to death in these last days for not conforming to the image of the beast, which is the new world order system, and not willing to take that one world money system, which is the micro C-hip, which is known as the MOTB in Revelation 13:16. The Lord is going to pay these devils and all these heathen nations back for touching the eye of his apple. The apple of his eye, which is the men of the Lord, his prophets, his servants in these last days. Rejoice, O ye nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants and will render vengeance to his adversaries and will be merciful unto his land and to his people, right? Because right now you got he's allowing heathens, Amalek, those small hats, those imposters, to inhabit the land of Israel now, which they don't even have the whole land. They fighting over the portion of land that they have, calling it the state of Israel. But all the heathens that are over there in that land, is war going on. They're polluting the land with spiritually, morally, and physically. And the Lord is going to have mercy on that land by removing heathens off of that land, cleansing that land, and allowing the rightful owners, the Israelites, beginning with the elect 144,000, to take back possession of that land, in righteousness. Once Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, comes back to the earth and reclaims ownership of everything that rightfully was given to him through the heavenly Father Yahweh. So, right, give me this, second Ezra 15 and 41. I'll start at 40. The great and mighty clouds shall be puffed up full of wrath, and the star that they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out over every high and eminent place an horrible star. And that horrible star is talking about those thermonuclear missiles as well, those ICBMs as well, because from a distance, especially in the night sky, it looks like what they call a shooting star, and it's going to cause a very horrible destruction. The great and mighty clouds shall be puffed up full of wrath, right? Getting into the mushroom clouds that the nuclear destruction causes, right? And as well, twofold, as well as like I said earlier, the so-called UFOs, which are known as clouds in the scriptures, because both of them are going to cause the destruction to bring the end of the world, which is not the end of the planet, but the end of Esau, Edom, and all these heathens ruling the earth. That's what World War III and the day of the Lord's judgment is going to be, right? Thermonuclear missiles being shot off, detonating millions of them, right? Most of them hitting America, and the so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of God, returning to deliver the nation of Israel, beginning with the 144,000 from the thermonuclear destruction. And it's going to be, which is the way that Yahweh Shai not only left, was brought up into the heavens, but he's going the same way that he's going to return to the heavens in for his second coming. And when they're not just coming to deliver and beam up and save the elect, they are also going to shoot concentrated fire by way of laser beams, to add to the thermonuclear destruction, zapping the shit out of people trying to escape. So verse 41, fire and hell and flying swords, right? And many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters, right? Getting into that lake of fire, so many nuclear bombs being shot off that a great landmass will be on fire so much that when you're looking from the skies, it literally looks like a lake of fire, you know? So fire and hell and flying swords, getting back to the point of these thermonuclear missiles, you know, when they're being shot off, actually looks like, you know, flying swords, man. You can't tell me that this don't look like a fucking this does not emulate a sword, man. All right, so yeah, somebody keep calling me, so I'm gonna end it on this because I gotta do a little editing. But Lord willing, this was edifying, not too long, right? I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, as well as all other elders that teach the exact same thing. Only citations to the hopeful elect across the full